This week's video is brought to you by the generous support from I'm Just Happy to Be a Stormtrooper Adam Jordan, Scout Trooper Captain Noah Dingley, and brand new Hero of the Empire, Ronald Morgan. You are all a credit to the Empire, my friends, and we thank you for your service. Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid, as we prepare to return to the prequel era in Kenobi, where we'll see my depressed old master live in a cave and be insulted by Owen, as tensions rise when the Empire comes to Tatooine, putting my son in danger. Oh, I'm not talking about the new Disney Plus show. I'll be reviewing that next weekend. I'm talking about the fan film from 2 years ago, by the same name, starring impressionist and Robin Williams' doppelganger, Jamie Costa. Right off the bat, the production value of this fan film is truly impressive, from the locations and cinematography to the phenomenal score by composer Andrew Gerlicher. And I must say, I do prefer Obi's costume in this fan film over the more Obi-Wan look he's sporting in the Kenobi series. Watching this again, I couldn't help but wonder if the creative team behind the Kenobi series has also seen this fan film, because there are some striking similarities between the two from what I've seen. One of the strangest similarities is Kenobi's choice of domicile. In Episode 4, he lives in a house. But in the Kenobi series, just like this fan film, Obi-Wan is depressed and living in a cave, trying unsuccessfully to commune with Qui-Gon. Which is interesting considering Liam Neeson said he won't be returning to the Kenobi series. I hope he's just lying, but we'll have to wait and see. Now with this fan film, I can understand why they couldn't do Obi-Wan's home. But with the budget they put into this Kenobi series, I just find it strange that instead of recreating his iconic house from Episode 4, they have decided to place him in a cave just like this fan film. Grumpy old Uncle Owen shows up to tell Obi-Wan to stay away from my son. Again, just like the new show. And in a moment of Last Jedi-style depression, Kenobi throws my lightsaber away. And I gotta say, why does everyone love chucking my old lightsaber off cliffs in these new Star Wars projects? A Jedi's weapon deserves more respect. Anyway, we're treated to a wizard establishing shot of Owen and Beru working on a moisture evaporator. And the production value here is pure Star Wars. We have a mouse droid, R2 units, they even have the land speeder. Between the props and the location, it feels like it's right out of a classic Star Wars film, and I absolutely love it. But just when things are getting nostalgic, Officer Mullet and a contingent of stormtroopers arrive at the Lars homestead and begin asking questions. And while it was great seeing James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars series, I must take issue with his atrocious mullet. It is not a regulation Imperial haircut. I know it's Tatooine and it's on the Outer Rim, but there is still the pride of the Corps to think about here. One of the troopers finds Luke, although why Owen and Beru are hiding him in the first place is kind of odd. No one would really be looking for my son at this point. Beyond that, you would expect a farmer and his wife to have a youngling or two. Or they could have just been honest and said the child's mother had died, so they took him in. It's not like having a child is outlawed on Tatooine, so this part always just felt a little bit contrived to me, personally. But I did really enjoy Kenobi's entrance when he drops by to say, "Hello there." And after failing to perform a Jedi mind trick on Officer Mullet, the Bantha Poodoo hits the fan. Things get pretty heated when Owen and Beru start blasting troopers left and right. And it was pretty wizard seeing my future Kentucky Fried family members put up a good fight. Obi gets a lesson in why I hate sand from Officer Mullet, and without the use of his eyes, he must trust in the Force to dispatch the remaining foes with my old lightsaber. Although I gotta say, it would have been pretty wizard if he had been dual-wielding his lightsaber and mine at the same time. You don't see people use two lightsabers at once very often. I did it in Episode 2 and it looked pretty wizard, but then, I always had more style than then. The film ends with Kenobi putting my old lightsaber in a chest, and I really wouldn't be surprised if the Kenobi series on Disney Plus ends the same way, with Obi-Wan locking away my saber for safekeeping. Although here's hoping by the end of the series, Obi-Wan will move out of that drafty old cave and into his old house. It will be interesting to return to this fan film once the entire Kenobi series has been released, because I have a feeling the short film may end up being essentially an abridged version of the basic plot of the entire Kenobi series, because judging by the trailers, it looks like it will follow these basic plot points. Obi is depressed in a cave. Owen wants Kenobi to leave Luke alone. The Empire finds them on Tatooine, and Owen has to begrudgingly accept that Luke is safer with Kenobi watching over them. Obviously, Disney has added the Inquisitors and myself to the mix, and you can never have too much me. But it will be interesting to see how similar or different these two Kenobi stories end up being to one another. And on that note, be sure to tune in next weekend as I review the first and second episodes of the brand new Kenobi series. As for this fan film, it is clear that a great love and passion for Star Wars went into every frame. The cinematography is absolutely stunning. The costumes and props are impeccable. The film score is truly impressive, and every actor portrays their respective characters well. And I have no doubt that fan projects like this one would put a smile on George Lucas's face. This has been Vader Reviews. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And follow me on Twitter @VaderReviews. Join the Empire today. You do not yet realize your importance. Share these videos, and together we will rule the internet. And always remember, you don't know the power of the dark side.